EA Sports. In the game.
Okay, we're going to have NHL 95 on both the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. And recovering from influenza A, which I had last week. I started getting a scratchy throat last Friday. I actually took last Friday off. Had nothing to do with being sick. I took it off ahead of time just for an extra day off. I had a little bit of scratchy throat Friday, and then I woke up Saturday with the fever. And as the day went on, it just got worse. So I went to... I tried to go to the acute care Sunday, but I sat there for a half hour. I wasn't about to wait any longer. It just felt like death. So I left, went back Monday, and told I had influenza A. So let's see what team I should play with. I was do like Anaheim. So this game I've played a lot. This was like my first like really big love of hockey games for video games. I mean, I've played hockey games before, like Blades of Steel on the NES, and I used to rent NHL 94, but that game was too hard for me. When this game came out, I ended up loving it. So anyway, I was diagnosed with influenza. I took Tuesday off, but when I woke up Tuesday morning, my fever broke. So I went back to work Wednesday. Doctor told me 24 hours after your fever breaks, you're not contagious anymore. I got Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays off anyway, so I only had to call in sick once. And it's been a slow week at work. We've only been working 8-hour shifts, which we normally work 10. So that's kind of a weird change, too. What happened? Well, okay, here I thought I was playing. Yeah, I was so sick Saturday and Sunday. I slept 10 hours Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night each. And when I wasn't in bed, I was just sitting at my computer desk in my room, my blanket over me and space heater going. It was pretty nasty. But I'm glad I got sick when I did, because next weekend is my trip. I'll be flying to Texas and boarding the Royal Caribbean Jewel of the Seas. The start button is like really bad. You gotta like press really hard. I gotta get a different controller. So they don't have a button to resume game like some other ones do. You had to press start. Okay, so I'm the guys in the white jerseys. See, this is the game where I started getting good at playing. Not necessarily saying I'm going to be good at this game, because it's one of those games where if you don't Come on, why is that idiot crossing the line? It's one of those games, if you don't play that often, you're not going to be that good. Nice shooting, soldier. They make my players look like they're Stevie Wonder or something. Can't they see where the blue line is? Wow, really? They can just knock my players over like they're made out of paper. Interference? Cool. Got a little too close there. Look at that. See, every time, it is like impossible to complete a pass in this game. You pass it and it goes to the wrong players. I mean, they got more shots on goal than on the penalty kill than I do on the power play. I used to be good at this game because I used to do the practice mode, but it's been a while. We're gonna have two-man advantage. Look at that. And they still score a goal. I mean, cheat if you must, but try to hide it. I mean, every single shot I take misses the net. My passes miss their players. Sometimes you could draw a penalty too if you're in control of your goalie and you run into the player, even though it's not the player's fault. Still give them the penalty. And what is really funny, I might have mentioned this before, maybe you might have even seen it before in one of my games, but I have to wait till I get time to explain it. But there are times where, like, let's say, I'll wait till intermission to explain it. It's a penalty that shouldn't happen. I guess it's a design flaw in the game. Why was that not icing? Why does my player just drop the puck? They make my whole team look like they'd be rejected from the Special Olympics. I can't believe I used to be good at this game and actually even won the Stanley Cup. You see, I kept advancing from, like Super Nintendo to PlayStation, like NHL 99 and PS2, NHL 07. And it's like the games changed a little bit. So you start getting rusty on one of them. So now with the Tecmo football games, on the other hand, I never found any on the PlayStation or N64 that I liked enough. So I just continually played those. That's why I remain good at those when I play those games. But anyway, what I was going to explain is, like, let's say one of your players pulls a penalty, right? The ref's got his hand in the air, he's going to blow the whistle once your team has control of the puck. Well, while the ref's waiting, the team who, not your team, but let's say your team's the one that's going to be getting the penalty. The other team, their goalie's going to head to the bench. Put an extra attacker on the ice until the ref blows the whistle. Well, while that goalie is heading towards the bench, if he runs into any of your players, your player will get an interference penalty out of that. So sometimes you get a penalty, and the ref will put two players in the box, and you'll be like, well, where'd that penalty come from? That's what happened. Their goalie ran into your player, and you get the penalty for it. But it can go the opposite way, too, with the other team. So sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it goes their way. See, I pass the puck, I shoot the puck, it runs into their players. Where did that come from? Funny, you can hit him after the whistle. It's like a free shot. Injury. Anytime you injure a player, you get a roughing penalty out of it too. Apparently there's just no clean hits that result in penalties. Or injuries. Come on. Trying to get an interference call on them. That was funny. It kind of looks weird. The fans on the sides are all in color, and the ones bottom of the screen are just all gray blobs. I think next week, in the last video before vacation, I might do a comparison between not Techno, but Super High Impact on both Super NES and Genesis. And that was look at that, I had 5 shots on goal the whole game. They had 15. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the Genesis version. Now I already did a video on just the Genesis version. I already did a video on just the Super NES version. And I wonder if I remember doing a full season on one of the hockey games. I can't remember if it was if I did one on the Super Nintendo. I don't think I did. I did on PlayStation with NHL 99 and PS2 with NHL 07, but now I recently did a tournament, NHL 96 tournament. That was pretty fun. I plan on doing another one next hockey season. Anyways, we're going to move on to the Genesis version of the same game. Playing on Retron 5, by the way. Okay, so cool thing about NHL 95 and the Genesis, I actually have it in the case. And it's got the instruction booklet. I'm still going to use the Super NES controller. A lot louder. Apparently the Genesis version didn't say EA Sports. But I only played this Genesis version one time. Okay, yeah, the graphics definitely are not as good on Genesis. They do have all these same abilities, it looks like: create players, sign free agents, release players. Let's do Detroit. I wonder if maybe I should just turn penalties. No. How about we'll keep penalties on, but no offsides, maybe? Now let's play it like we did the regular, like Super NES version. I'm going to do a fair comparison. We have to play it the same. Well, that guy's different. I don't know what any of my buttons do. I'm using the Super NES controller. Okay, how do I back out of here? Okay, the B button does nothing, the Y button does nothing, the A button does nothing. There we go, change goalie. Oh. Let Jeff hack it in. At least they have a start game option. So the X button is pretty much your main button here. B is pass. X is shoot. I should have done offsides. I should have done it both games. Maybe next time I do a comparison hockey game, I'll do that. Yeah, it definitely sounds a lot better in Super NES. As far as looks, it looks very similar. Okay, it's kind of weird that they had to show that. Oh, A button also is a shot. Or not. That time he just left it. I have got to get rid of that. I mean, clearly the designers of the game don't know how to work the offside, so they probably shouldn't have added that option in the game. They should have automatically added no offsides, because they couldn't give your players the artificial intelligence to realize not to cross that blue line before the puck does. Okay, the goal horn also sounds like really corny. Sounds like something an amateur hockey team would buy at the dollar store. That horn sounded good. So far, the only thing I see so far that's better about this game than the original one, or I keep saying the original, but the Super NES version is it's got that resume game. So you don't have to press the start button, you can just hit. I mean, I guess that's not really that big of a deal. It's just my controller, the start button's like all messed up. Look at that, same thing, gives it the wrong player. Okay, why isn't that not a penalty shot? He like totally stopped my guy from behind on a breakaway. You cannot pass in this game, you cannot shoot in this game. They'll do anything they can to make it impossible for you. That's why when I did an NHL full tournament, I chose NHL 96 because that was a huge upgrade over this one. I mean, I think the upgrade over this one in NHL 94 was the biggest change, but there are still quite a few flaws in the 95 version that were hammered out in the 96 version. Smith. Oh. Why didn't they have the Vladimir Konstantino? Why didn't they have the ability to show the name on the screen instead of cutting to the scoreboard? Ah. See, I mean, you're always giving it to the wrong players. Whoops. So another icing. Nope, I beat him. Oh! Jeremy Roenick. That might be the first time I ever scored a goal in this game on Genesis. I can't remember if I scored a goal. This is on my second time playing it. The first time I played it was when I did the video on it. I did a video on just the game. Look at that. You try to pass it and it goes to the wrong players. And when you do get it to one of your players, see, they just take it right off your stick. That was cheating right there. He basically took it out of the goalie's glove. This game just rapes you with a pine cone. With Tabasco sauce on it. Now the game's going to be all about just slamming their players into the boards. I don't even care if I score any more goals. They're just going to cheat their way around it anyway. How do you like that? Oh, that was cool. I don't think my team has completed one pass yet. I swear every single pass I've done went to the wrong team. And those penalties, like hooking, charging, and slashing, I have no control over that. The computer's just cheating, giving me those penalties. I mean, the only penalties I could be faulted for are some of the interference calls when I slam into their goalie. But like that charging, I don't choose him to charge. Wow. Steve Smith and Gary Suter. I've got a Gary Suter jersey. Gary Suter was actually number 20 when he was with the Blackhawks. So do we go into overtime in the Genesis version? Yes, we do. Yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust the computer on that. Handing off the puck. Injury. They're gonna. Oh, it's gonna even up the odds. He's going to the box for roughing. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I gotta hurry this up. going to have company. Well, yeah, I might have to end this short without a winner. Come on, really? Yeah, just hand it off. Take it down to the other end. Ice and skip to one of their players. Okay, that's game. Detroit cheats 3-2. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you hated the outcome of both games, though. And see you in the next video. By the way, my analysis, Super NES version was better. But Genesis version is still kind of its uniqueness that made it kind of fun. See you next week.